course, I've solved it! That's it. I've been working too hard. Once this job is through, I'm gonna go out and cut loose.
What is it? Is the analysis complete?
No, it's Dr. Schrader.
You! Hold it! Hold it! Kono, the suspect is heading your way.
Why do they always pick hot afternoons to run?
Nice work, team.
Chief.
It looks like they were going to target the American embassy next.
Who's they?
EPR, the same group of contractors that was behind the terrorist bombings. The man we arrested earlier admitted that he was one of their members.
Any idea who the ringleader might be?
We're still questioning him. But I'm not sure how much more we're going to be able to get out of him. There are indications that some of the suspects' memories may have been altered. According to the statements they've sent us, EPR wants the existence of the contractors to be publicly acknowledged. They also want their civil rights guaranteed. You can argue with their methods, but honestly, their objectives aren't that hard to understand. But all the suspects we've arrested so far have shown the same signs of having had their memories tampered with, and not just the ones involving the identity of the ringleader.
What are you driving at?
Something doesn't feel right. There's something different about this compared to their previous attacks. What if a third party is using EPR's activities as a cover for their own?
I see. That is troubling. In any case, we need to notify the Americans and have them increase their security measures. We'll lend whatever support we can. Go to the embassy at once. I'll arrange for you to meet with their chief of security, Harris Barnum, to coordinate their response and ours.
Understood, sir. I'm on my way.
Yes, it's me.
We just got a report from Astronomics. They ran a check on those 3 contractors, the ones we arrested. So far, none of their stars appear to have exhibited any activity at the times of the bombings.
You know, it could be that these serial bombings are having an effect on the readings. I mean, this is even more abnormal than usual.
If you ask me, it's all related to those garbage frequencies and that sunspot cycle.
You mean Garfield? They're called Garfield frequencies.
Actually, it's Garking.
Something worrying you?
It's nothing, I'm fine. We've got 3 more days. After that, the sunspot cycle will be over. If the pattern holds, we can expect a decline in contractor activity after that. Until then, stay sharp.
Right.
Look, you can't deny that there have been a lot of reports and rumors of paranormal phenomena. And you're not going to persuade me that it's just a coincidence. This is all happening during a period of heightened solar activity. You've got these talented people with psychic abilities, telekinesis, and what have you all over the internet.
Psychic abilities, huh? Now that would be cool. Don't you think?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Sure, you can move things around without using your hands. That would be pretty convenient. Whenever it got really busy in here, I could just stay in the kitchen and still bust the tables just by thinking about it. You're probably thinking you've never seen this place busy, right?
No, Thanks, it was delicious.
Come again.
Begging for scraps?
Don't get smart. I've been waiting here for you. We've got a job.
Our security here is airtight. Since this whole bombing scare started, we've doubled the guard, and we even sent the ambassador home to be on the safe side.
That's commendable, but remember that 5 of the last 10 incidents took place at sites that asserted diplomatic privilege and refused local assistance.
So you're saying our security measures are inadequate, and you guys should be allowed in to straighten things out? I don't think so. Sorry, but if you want us to allow foreign security forces on American territory, your government is going to have to take action. They can get Washington to approve. We'll welcome you with open arms. I'll come down and open the gate myself. Well, that's if you can get them to approve, which I doubt.
They don't trust us one little bit, do they?
I expected some resistance, but that guy's gonna be real trouble.
So now what? Look, it's him.
You've already recovered?
As you can see.
Glad to hear it. So, what brings you here?
I've received intelligence suggesting that our recent string of bombings is about to get longer.
Look, I know you guys have taken some hits lately, and I understand you don't want to sit around doing nothing, but you need to leave this to us.
I'm just here for the show. I thought this would be a good spot to watch the explosion from, that's all. That was a joke. Actually, I've received some very suggestive information regarding the American embassy, and I thought perhaps I should drop by here and share it with you. As a way of saying thank you for last time.
What kind of information?
Have you ever heard of a scientist named Robert Schrader?
Yes, he was involved in gate research, wasn't he? He made some kind of breakthrough, and it was in all the newspapers for a while. Although I can't recall hearing anything about him lately.
That's because until recently, they had him isolated under maximum security at Pandora.
But why?
EPR was after him. I don't know why, but 2 nights ago, they finally succeeded in abducting him.
Wait a minute. You're not saying the American embassy is involved somehow?
I'm not saying that. Yet. But a VIP like Schrader had a thread put on him by a doll. And the place where that thread got cut was...
incredible.
Isn't it? So, we really can't rule out the possibility that a member of EPR is hiding somewhere in the American embassy. I expect you already know this, but February, the leader of the Evening Primrose, used to be an agent of ours at one time before she sold us out.
Is that a fact?
Hence my interest.
Hey!
Oh, I beg your pardon. I was afraid your face was going to freeze like that. Misaki.
Yeah, what is it?
From here on out, don't trust anyone. You'll have to rely on your instincts and act accordingly. Well then, until we meet again.
These local cops are such a pain. I thought they'd never leave.
What did they want?
They think those terrorist bombers are going to hit us next, and they want to protect us.
Oh? What else?
That's it. They didn't have a shred of evidence. Apparently they thought that would be enough to scare us into letting them have the run of the place and giving them access to our classified information.
But what if they're on the level? We're talking about the group that bombed the CIA building, aren't we?
Take it easy, baby. You forget I'm in charge of security here. Everything's under control. But if you're nervous, why not let me relax you? Like always. Oh, what's wrong?
Before I get too relaxed, I have to get these documents out.
Britta. I'll be here, waiting.
news. It looks like we finally grabbed the real Dr. Schrader. Public security was just here claiming that Evening Primrose plans to target this embassy.
Really? That's interesting. Amber didn't say anything to me about hitting this place. How about you?
Not a word.
In that case, I suspect the whole thing is a bluff by the Syndicate so they can sneak in here.
Probably.
By concentrating an antiparticle beam at the shard center, it should be theoretically possible to collapse the gate's steady state.
Of course, we still can't dismiss the possibility that this is merely another double with implanted memories. But the information we managed to drag out of him does seem to be genuine. What do you think? Should we risk letting her meet him?
Let's wait a little bit longer. If he is the real Dr. Schrader, they're going to come after him with everything they've got, and then we'll know for sure.
If that's Amber's will, then so be it.
There seem to be a lot more guards than usual. Here too. What you think?
Not a problem.
I'll leave the timing to you then.
Ready?
Anytime. I'm merely the diversion. You're the one who has to sneak in and blow up the embassy.
Let's go.
Saito, what is all this junk?
It's not junk, it's fuel. This is all standard equipment for a stakeout. Come on.
Standard equipment, right. That stuff will kill you.
Fine, you can starve. Chief, you want his?
Give it to me.
Yeah, sure.
Where did you even find bottled milk in this day and age?
Oh, get with it. Bottles are better for the environment. Have you ever recycled?
Look!
Damn. Right over there!
I'm in.
Right. Yin.
Proceed straight ahead 20 meters from your present position.
There are 2 guards at the entrance to the building in front. Swing around to the right.
Take the next corner. The window of the first room is open.
Wait. It's clear. Go.
It's set for 5 minutes.
Copy that. Get out of there.
I didn't think I'd run into you again so soon. I'm so glad I decided to join up with Amber.
I'm telling you again, there's nothing to worry about. I'm sure it was just a prank. The smoke bomb went off outside the embassy gates, which makes it your problem, not ours.
That bomb was most likely a diversion. Now that all of your men are outside, there's a much higher probability of an attack.
Oh, spare me.
Get fire and rescue down here.
Right. It's only an accident. I'm sure of that.
Mr. Barnum!
Don't let any of them in for any reason.
Yes?
Kirihara, I'm sorry, but they got past us.
What's the situation inside?
I don't know. They won't let us in.
Sir, I have a favor to ask you. Could you use your personal authority to allow us to enter the embassy as a public security measure?
What?
There will be more casualties if we don't act quickly. Never mind the fact that we're already losing potential leads.
Understood. This is going to take a few minutes. Well, you heard what she said.
Have we heard from the Chief Cabinet Secretary yet?
He says as long as it doesn't make our relations with the Americans any worse.
Given current conditions, I think we're well in the clear diplomatically. It'll ruffle some feathers, but I think our friends in Washington will be able to run interference for us.
So then?
Yes. On to the next scenario.
Come on, we've got to get the injured cleared out. Keep it moving. If only I could get in there. What does Simon think he's doing?
I doubt you received any orders to leave the doctor by himself, just to come out here and fight. He's the one. The contractor Amber has her sights set on.
That's unfortunate, but you're right.
Well then, you'll have to settle your little quarrel some other time. Till then, Mr. Black Reaper.
You know, I thought it was probably you who kidnapped the good doctor.
November 11. It's been a while.
I want to see February.
Of course. She's been looking forward to seeing you, too.
Drop the gun and put your hands behind your head.
I'm Section Chief Kirihara, Public Security Division, Foreign Affairs. Please identify yourself.
Pandora.
Pandora?
Don't move! I said don't move!
He sure is taking long enough.
Well, well, a talking kitty.
It's widely believed that a contractor possesses a cool, analytical mind. At all times, in all situations, no matter how desperate, he's able to calculate the most logical course of action.
Awake at last, Mr. Cat.
Is it because he knows no fear? Hardly. A contractor can get as scared as anyone. He simply doesn't let his feelings affect his reason. Not even when he's trapped in his enemy's base of operations.
Going somewhere, kitty?
I am a contractor. An accident trapped me in a cat's body, but my ability to make decisions based solely on reason remains unchanged. Trapped in the midst of my worst enemies, there is only one logical thing I can do.
Does it still hurt? No, it's fine. Thanks.
Who do those Pandora idiots think they are? As if they really believe the Chief had anything to do with that bombing.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Cabinet Office would even authorize the Pandora forces to mobilize in a case like this.
I bet it was a diplomatic dodge. This way, they could take action without involving the local authorities and piss everyone off. What a rip.
I'll say, I'm getting sick of these international boys butting into our jurisdiction. This is still our country, isn't it?
Section 4. Yes, sir. Chief?
He'd like to see you now.
It's Kirihara.
Yes, come in. I believe you know these two agents already.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, though.
This gentleman is in charge of MI6's operations for Eastern Asia.
Call me Decade.
Chief Kirihara.
You can probably guess why I've asked you here. It's about November 11.
Sir?
I'll ask you directly. Do you know where he is at the present time?
I don't wish to seem disrespectful, but I could ask you the same question.
Meaning what?
Meaning that I thought he was on assignment for you when he disappeared from the American Embassy, and that you'd have kept better track of him. I'm also assuming that his assignment had something to do with Dr. Schrader's abduction.
It's been over a week since either July or I have had any word from him.
So, what does it all mean?
We'd like to know ourselves. The question is whether November 11 is still a loyal agent of MI6, or if he's turned on us and become a member of this terrorist organization.
I must say, you get younger every time we meet, February. Or would you prefer I called you Amber?
It seems you're still your old smooth self, aren't you, November 11?
I don't see your faithful little shadow around anywhere.
Amagiri? Sorry, is he the object of your interest?
No, he's not my type.
Good to hear. We haven't much time, so if we're going to talk, we better start. Ask me anything.
All right, what's your favorite food?
Apples.
What a coincidence. They're mine too.
You're such a liar.
It takes one to know one. Well, it's been nice, but it's time to get down to business.
As you wish.
There really is only one thing I'd like to ask you. This syndicate you used to work for, who are they and what's their game?
Just a minute. In order to explain that properly, we'll need our other guest to join us.
Come right this way, please.
Dr. Schrader.
Who are you? One of them?
That may depend on what you have to say to us, Doctor.
I keep telling you I'm just a scientist working for Pandora on gate research. I don't know anything about the Syndicate you keep talking about.
Never mind about all that. Just tell them what you told me earlier.
First off, are any of these people here normal? I mean, how many here aren't contractors?
All of us are contractors.
So the cat is my only friend, then?
No, he's a contractor, too.
Is the promise you made to me earlier still in effect? That no matter what I have to tell you, you won't just turn around and kill me?
You have my word.
The object of my research is very simple. If I'm successful, all the contractors on Earth will disappear.
What? Is that it?
Yes.
Do you even know if Mao is alive or dead?
He was alive when my trace was cut.
What do you suppose Amber is after? First she grabs Yin, and now Mao. And how does that MI6 pretty boy fit into the picture?
Yin, what did Amber talk to you about when you were with her?
You, Hey. She talked of your past and your future.
Wait, not so fast. You're not seriously thinking of going in there alone. Black Reaper or not, even you can't expect to get out of there alive. We're gonna have to abandon Mao. He'd say the same thing if one of us was trapped in there.
I'm the one Amber wants. I don't want to drag anyone else into this.
Shouldn't you be out trying to find him right now?
Would you like to have some? It won't do any good to worry. If he doesn't want to be found, there's nothing we can do. But if you don't mind my asking, I was wondering why you were helping us. Did your boss tell you to? Or is it?
I just want to know why, that's all.
Why what?
Why he said what he said before he vanished. He told me from here on out I shouldn't trust anyone. He said I should rely only on my instincts.
It appears that Dr. Schrader had finally solved the practical problem that kept us from moving forward. He came to the same conclusion we and the research team from Building 3 did.
In other words, Dr. Schrader has outlived his usefulness, hasn't he?
Now that we've successfully fabricated a replacement for the meteor shard, I'd say so.
There's no way a plan like that could work.
I beg your pardon, but the plan can work. Although we did hit a slight glitch in South America.
You mean you're responsible for the destruction of Heaven's Gate?
Look, A, I wasn't personally responsible. And B, it wasn't destroyed, technically speaking. At the exact moment our experiment was scheduled to take place, an exotic form of radiation emanated from Heaven's Gate, the effect of which was to immediately cause an area 1,500 kilometers in radius from the gate's boundary to be rendered impenetrable to any type of physical force. Based on a comparison of the synchrotron radiation that leaks out of the South American site with the Garking Beta readings of Hell's Gate here, we can infer deductively that Heaven's Gate still exists. We just can't do anything about it. I still have no idea why that incident took place at that particular moment. And since there's no way I could have made a mistake in my calculations, I can only assume that some unknown factor was in play at that time. Isn't that right?
Then you're trying to recreate the same sequence of events here, is that it?
Yes. If we don't succeed, we'll all be done for this time.
You make it sound like you've already seen into the future somehow.
Yes, I have.
I'm not sure I buy that.
Shall I prove it to you?
You can try.
Shortly after you leave this place, you die.
So, what do you think? Is he actually going to die like she said?
Everyone is under a death sentence if you just stop and think about it. I mean, he's not exactly unique in that regard.
Well, I can't die yet. I'm in the middle of an experiment.
If Amber is correct in what she told us, Contractors would be better off if you didn't finish.
Say, don't you have any friends who might come and rescue you?
A Contractor's decisions are based solely on logic. None of us would be stupid enough to come charging in here knowing we'd end up getting killed. I wouldn't anyway.
The Black Reaper is here. What do we do?
No one needs to die here tonight.
Even Schrader?
The Syndicate doesn't need him anymore. All right.
Thanks for the ride. Sorry you got stuck with having to see us off.
It's okay.
November. I found him.
Where?
What's going on? Yin. It can't be. Hey!
Since you're here, why don't you and I settle our differences once and for all?
Now. Your job is only to slow him down, not to kill him.
Hey! Look out! What are you after? What do I have left for you to take from me?
Ask your little cat friend for the details. I've told him everything.
What is this?
No matter what we do, I've a feeling we'll all end up being mere bit players in this little drama. I'll let you take things from here, Mr. Cat.
Don't move! Lie flat on your stomach and slowly place your hands on the floor. Do it now! Dr. Schrader! Dr. Schrader, are you all right? Dr. Schrader!
They were only able to do a quick exam, but Doctor's brain shows no signs of memory tampering, and all his vital signs are stable.
I see.
So what exactly happened here?
I'm not sure. Sir.
Good work, Kirihara.
Doctor?
I've got it. I know what caused the disaster in South America. The contractor in the mask. It was because of his power that it happened. We've got to restart the experiment. We can't let them get the jump on us.
Relax, Doctor. The experiment has already been restarted.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Please have the doctor transferred back to Pandora.
What? But we still have questions we need to ask him.
We have a few as well. Now, if you'd be so kind.
But sir...
I'm afraid we have no choice.
I see. So the doctor told them everything, did he? No, I agree. It would be far too dangerous to postpone our plans until the next peak in the sunspot cycle. Understood. I'll see to it that our friend is taken care of at the very next opportunity. Goodbye. Where the devil have you been?
I was carrying out the mission you gave me.
What's that?
Everything I found out about this Syndicate. You tried to send me on a wild goose chase. You were afraid, weren't you? Afraid I'd uncover your little secret.
Yes, I was afraid. Afraid I'd lose the best agent I'd ever had. I didn't want you to know what was going to happen. Not until that last moment you contractors have left on this Earth. I'm sorry.
So am I.
At the sound of the tone, you will have 15 seconds to leave a message.
It's me. I was hoping to make an unobtrusive exit, but it looks like I've gotten us all into a rather risky situation. I should probably mention, this isn't a joke. I suppose it would be all right if I skip making my payment just this one time.
Why did this happen? I don't understand. What was he trying to do that would result in this? Why, Jack? What happened?
It was his way of protecting you. He didn't want you to know any more than you did. That's why he didn't tell you anything before he died. A very rational choice. One that any contractor would be proud of. I'm glad that you cared for him. Thank you, Misaki.
We've finally been able to gather the required number of dolls.
Good.
Amber, you can't turn back time now.
Goodbye.
Why did you come after me? The best decision under the circumstances
would have been to let you die, of course. I could have told you that, and I'm not even one of your super rational contractors. But who listens to me anymore?
You people are idiots. You know that?
He's the idiot, not me.
Never mind me. What was your big news?
Word is that pretty boy from MI6 is dead.
Are you serious? You're sure?
Yeah. He managed to take his boss and a troop of bodyguards with him. Now, about the Syndicate. It's only a matter of time before they figure out that Mao was in that building. Before that happens, I'd like to know exactly what happened in there.
That MI6 agent, he knew he was going to die.
Huh?
At the risk of sounding metaphysical, I think there's a reason I got out of that building alive. Amber told me everything. The Syndicate is working on a plan that will wipe every contractor alive off the face of the Earth.
Say what?
Amber and her people have been fighting against them. That's the reason why they destroyed the South American Gate 5 years ago.
Whoa, hold on. What are you talking about?
You're wrong! Don't try to tell me she's some crusader for justice. She's just...
No.
She isn't like that.
What the hell's going on here?
What do you know about the old night sky? Do you have any special memories about the old stars? Huh. His homework is to get stories about the stars?
It's a rather strange assignment, don't you think? I expect they gave it because of that rumor that's been going around.
Rumor?
Oh yeah, that's today, isn't it? They say we'll see the old stars tonight. Didn't you hear about it?
The old stars are coming back?
All night long, from midnight till dawn.
They say that, huh? You sound like one of those by-the-hour call girls downtown. No, I didn't mean... Excuse me. So you're asking me to take your brat's... Well, that is, I meant to say, your son's paper and gather stories about the stars.
Yes, it turns out that these independent study projects can have a huge impact on their grades nowadays. So what it all comes down to is we're going to need lots of stories. I mean lots of stories. I expect the other children will be able to get at most 10 or 12. So I want you to get 50. No, make that 100. That'll be exactly what we need. 100.
Yeah, well, I don't really do.
I'll make it worth your while. There's no way I'm going to let my precious Yashiro take second place on some crummy little homework assignment.
Now, wait a minute, lady. The whole idea of homework is for the kid to do it. Otherwise...
Don't worry. You want 100 stories, we'll find them for you. You just leave it to the Kurosawa Detective Agency.
I'm sorry to have to ask, but did you have any personal relationship with November 11?
Our relations were strictly professional.
It looks like Decade's suspicions were correct. There seems to be no doubt he defected to Evening Primrose.
What possible reason could EPR have to want Decade dead?
That's an interesting question, Kirihara, but we no longer have any authority to investigate. I would advise you to forget about it.
That was a rather impressive display of force by Pandora the other day. Not what you'd expect from a mere research organization. Since when did Pandora
Did I not make myself clear? As far as we're concerned, this matter is closed. There's no need to get worked up over the death of one contractor.
Sir, he was a human being, one who lived his life with great pride and honor, even if he was just one contractor. His last words to me were to follow my instincts, and to do what I believed was right. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hold on. He contacted you before his death?
That was a joke.
Ever since it disappeared, no one has been able to set foot in that region of South America. All I know is there was a huge conflict involving the gate. A lot of countries were involved. You could call it a world war if you want. And a lot of contractors were used as weapons in that war. Hay and Amber were among them. They were part of the same organization. Word is that Hay, who was already known and feared as the Black Reaper, wasn't even a contractor yet.
Really?
There was another contractor who was feared, though, as much as Hay ever was. His younger sister, who was known as Pi.
She's still paying her price, huh? You two are always together. Like lovers. You're looking at the stars again.
Only because I've got nothing else to do.
It doesn't matter how long you look. You'll never see the old stars.
I see. If Schrader is right, it's likely the light given off by that masked contractor. And the light emitted by the gate during the South American incident could be the exact same type of exotic radiation.
Light?
Yeah, an intensely brilliant light. I've never seen anything like it before. Maybe this is the reason Amber is after Hay. If Amber is really trying to recreate the incident in South America, then perhaps this weird light Hay gave off is something she needs to trigger it.
You expect me to believe there's a connection between Hay and the disappearance of the gate? Wait, hold on. If that's the truth, then the Syndicate knows.
It's definite. The contractor in question must be BK-201. Yes, that's right. I've already taken the steps to ensure that he and his entire unit are eliminated.
The old stars?
Yeah, stories about the old night sky. Memories, anecdotes, we're not fussy. We'll take whatever you got.
What in the hell's the difference? If you've seen one star, you've seen them all, haven't you? This sky looks just like the old one to me.
Okay, Grandpa, what about you then? Do you have any special memories about the stars or the sky?
You're just wasting your time trying to talk to him. He never says a word.
I have never forgotten that night we watched the Giacobinid meteor show. It was 30 years ago. No, Toshiyuki was in grade school, so it was even longer than that. You don't remember that night? He said he wanted to see them, so we drove for miles to get away from the city. We waited all night, but nothing happened. Then he fell asleep.
Nah, I can't think of anything in particular. I don't have a lot of time to sit looking at the sky.
Oh no, this is kind of a bummer. The weather lady says it's gonna rain tonight.
What? It won't be clear, but then we won't be able to see the old stars.
So you believe the rumor about the stars?
I don't know.
There she goes with that rumor again.
Ah! Yeah, now that I think about it, I do have a story.
Is it a romantic story?
Well, I wouldn't call it that. It was a long time ago. You wouldn't remember. You were only about this tall, and you got lost during a visit to the amusement park. When I finally found you, it was getting dark and the place was closing. I was about to have a stroke from panic, but you just looked at me real calm-like and said, "It's okay, I was looking at the stars."
I did? I must have been pretty cute back then, huh?
I guess. That must have been back before your mother got sick.
Pretty sloppy tailing job, boys. So what's the deal? Who ordered this?
You see, we,
Maybe we'd be better off having Otsuka do the tailing jobs from now on.
Chief, please, listen!
It's Lee.
Hold on!
Are you hungry?
Seriously, did I really look that hungry to you?
Well, it was more... You kind of look like someone I know.
You don't mean like some criminal you're after right now, do you? You're kidding me. That's what it is, isn't it?
No, no.
No sudden movements. Someone's watching you from the seat behind you.
That was terrible. You need acting lessons.
That bad, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's funny, you know, when you spend so much time chasing after stars, you end up becoming sort of attached to them.
You're really devoted to your work, aren't you?
Yeah, but I think maybe I've been working too hard. I'm starting to feel like I'm letting myself get swallowed up by the organization. I think I need to concentrate more on what I want.
All organizations are like that. They just use you as a pawn for their own ends.
You may be right.
I told you, it's not that I can't pay. It's just that I'm a little short in the cash department, and I'll bring you the rest later.
No, I'm sorry, sir, but you're already on our blacklist. We tried the same trick last year.
Are you out of your mind? You've got the wrong guy!
He's right, you know. He's way too cheap to come to a classy restaurant like this more than once. I don't believe it! It's impossible! No way! You mean you prefer middle-aged women?
Middle-aged?
Hey, Lee, old buddy. You came at just the right time.
Stars?
That's right. Any memories involving the old stars.
Everyone wants to talk about them.
Well, the past is always a refuge for people. And especially so since the appearance of the gate. Things are so uncertain now.
Uncertain?
Take these bombings. It's like the whole world's gone crazy. Everybody tries to act like things are normal, but underneath, there's this anxiety. It's good to have your memories to fall back on at times like this. Well, this is where we part ways. Thanks for bailing us out, and thanks for the treat.
It wasn't a treat, it was a loan. You still have to pay me back for that.
Thanks.
Nice view, isn't it?
Huh? Yeah. What do you think of the city? You like it?
I guess. I don't hate it. Sometimes it's cold and distant. Sometimes it's warm and welcoming. At first, it was just a place I was passing through. But now I'm beginning to think I might want to stay here.
Really? But the city seems to be getting more and more dangerous every day.
It's not so bad. It could be worse. My sister and I were in a place much more dangerous than this.
You make it sound like you were in a war zone. Where is your sister? Is she still back there?
No. She...
Did she pass away? I imagine that was very difficult.
I don't know. It might have been a relief for her.
Have you heard about the rumor?
Yeah, I've heard it, but I don't believe it.
Me neither. I didn't think anybody believed it. Look.
Do you think we'll really be able to see them?
Dad!
What do you think? Is everyone planning to look at the sky all night, waiting for it to clear up?
Do you want to see the old stars?
I don't want to see them so much as I want to reveal them. But unless the present stars go away, we'll never be able to see the old ones.
The present ones are just fakes.
Maybe. But just suppose all those beautiful fake stars were to suddenly stop shining. That would be sad too, wouldn't it? Looks like I gotta go, but I'm glad we talked. I've been thinking too hard lately. I guess I got kind of lost.
When you think too much, that's probably the time you should just trust your instincts and act. Did I say something wrong?
I think you're right. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Well, see you later.
Brother, come see. I made the stars fall. All night. Lots of them.
Hey, it's over. Let's go.
This is no good. It's starting to rain.
I told you you wouldn't be able to see them.
You were looking at the sky pretty hard a minute ago, Mr. Cynical.
Who? Me? A detective can't get taken in by pretty stories and still do his job, doll. The stars might vanish, an unearthly gate might appear. All the same to a detective because people haven't changed and the mean streets are as mean as ever.
Hey, boss, you actually sounded kind of cool there for a minute.
Don't fall for me, baby. All's right with the world, huh?
Hey, don't go back home.
What's going on?
No time. Get in the car.
What's wrong?
The Syndicate's cut us loose. We're out in the cold.
Why would they? What happened?
That's what I'd like to know. Hey, we know it's got something to do with the South American gate. Are you sure you're not keeping anything from us?
No need to glare at me like that, BK-201. I'm only following orders. A gravity user, huh? These overpowered types always have a bad tendency to get cocky and let their guard down.
You...
Relax. Don't get defensive. I'm not here to fight you this time. I'm just running a little errand for a friend. Amber. She's waiting for you inside the gate, BK-201.
Impossible! You can't just waltz in there like it's a shopping mall or something.
Which is why I've been delegated to guide you safely inside.
That seems a little too good to be true.
All right.
Hang on.
You want to know what happened at Heaven's Gate? I can't tell you. I don't know what happened. I don't know why Pi disappeared. Only one person knows the answer. Amber.
So you're gonna go in and ask her?
And then, when you see Amber, and when you talk to her...
Juan! All aboard. You can hitch a ride with me. I'll take you as far as I can, anyway.
But why? Why would they go over our heads like this with no word?
I could only assume there was some kind of interference at a higher level.
Interference? But who? It's my father. Hi, Dad. What is it? I'm kind of busy right now.
Misaki, get out of there!
What's that?
Evacuate! You've got to get out of the city immediately, do you hear me?
But what's happening? The gate. It's happening here, like in South America.
We have two objectives. Guide the dolls inside the gate and destroy the particle accelerator. All right, let's move out.
I've been thinking of retiring out in the country. Do some fishing.
Seriously?
I used to go all the time before this crap. Crucian carp were my specialty.
That suits you, Huang. You've got the face of a fish.
Shut up. When you're sitting there watching the water drift, it feels like time stops altogether. You forget we're all just leaves on its surface, and even if we see the end, there's no way to stop the flow. I'm trying to talk here.
Sorry, I must be allergic to rain.
Still here? Then give me a light. What the hell, man?
You should quit smoking those things.
Yeah, and you should quit stuffing your face. Are you in? What's that for? It's been fun.
Target reconfirmed. Still moving eastbound on the Koshu Highway. Ground team, move in.
Come on, morons, take the bait.
The forces are aligned. The time has come. All signs in the sky point to this. This is the start of the end.
Public Security Chief Kirihara, Foreign Affairs. I have a few questions for Dr. Robert Schrader.
Do you have an appointment?
No, I do not.
One moment, please. The doctor will see you.
That too?
You'll get it back when you leave.
Thank you for meeting me.
Chief Kirihara, what a pleasant surprise.
No offense, sir, but I was under the impression I'd only be meeting with Dr. Schrader.
Of course, I'd prefer it was just the two of us, but Mr. Nishijima insisted. You know how these suits love to supervise things.
I'm not here to impede. Actually, I was just about to call you when you showed up. There isn't much time to explain everything, so we'll have to make this quick. Please, have a seat. The catastrophe at Heaven's Gate 5 years ago wiped out hundreds of millions of people. It's common to say the gate vanished, but this isn't exactly true. The area just became inaccessible, so we can't tell if anything's there or not.
I know, the physical impenetrability zone, and BK-201 created it. He killed all those people in that atrocity, and yet no one can tell me why.
Hold on. You said he. I'm afraid you've got it wrong. At the time of the Heaven's Gate incident, the Messier code BK-201 was assigned to a young woman.
How's that possible?
We can talk about the past some other day, but right now you need to understand the present. As we speak, the EPR is attempting to cause the same type of destruction that happened in South America right here.
May I ask exactly where you got that information?
Pandora oversees the gate these terrorists are targeting. We make it our job to know. We're calling it the Tokyo Explosion. Based on the Heaven's Gate incident, we've calculated the fallout if the EPR transforms Hell's Gate the same way. It would create an impenetrability zone 2,000 kilometers in diameter, locking out mankind forever. The country and everyone in it would vanish, but we're not going to let that happen.
So you've devised a strategy to stop the attack?
The only sure way is to annihilate the gate entirely.
Destroy the gate? Is that even possible?
Of course. The wall wasn't just designed to shield our people from the anomaly's dangers. It also houses and protects one of the greatest achievements of modern physics and engineering.
What is that?
We call it the Saturn system.
Saito,
You don't think the Chief is sticking her nose into anything dangerous, do you?
I've got total faith in her.
Yeah, that's why we're tailing her. We're not worried at all.
Hello. Oh, just getting some food. Well, yeah. Yeah, he's sitting right here. Relax, she's at her place. What? Kono, we're going to Pandora.
Huh? What for?
Matsumoto says the Chief is there. Money's on the counter. Damn it. What the hell is the military doing over here?
Tonight, 45 days after its onset, the sunspot cycle will reach its peak. This will last approximately 30 minutes and create powerful anti-gate particles in the gate center. It is within this half-hour window that our system extracts the particles, accelerates them in the Saturn ring, and smashes them back into the gate's core, causing a devastating reaction.
And then Hell's Gate will be completely destroyed?
But this concentration of anti-gate particles cuts both ways. It's the only time BK-201 can cause the explosion as well.
That's one of the key lessons we took from Heaven's Gate, that the sunspot peak could be a weapon for either side.
Compelling, isn't it? After a decade of continuous struggle, the battle between mankind and contractors all comes down to 30 minutes on the clock. 5 hours and 27 minutes until the defining moment of the century.
Yes, go ahead.
Special forces have engaged the enemy in the Kita district, sir. They've made their move.
Understood.
Well, it started already.
What is that?
You must make haste and show the way. The stars must know the way. They are shining, crying.
Multiple contractor agents, ma'am. They're all over the sector map.
Multiple doesn't tell me anything. I need precise reports. How many are there?
I'm sorry. I can't count them all.
You what? What's going on?
Astronomics is meant to be an independent agency, but you have a direct line to their data in real time.
Ah, I've heard rumors of this. The subway line that was under construction back then. Officially, it doesn't exist.
In the chaos that broke out when the gates appeared, the city lost all documents concerning this tunnel and was forgotten. Pandora's guards don't even patrol here.
So, we're just gonna walk?
The electricity was shut off years ago. No lights and no trains, but that also means the police's surveillance specters can't follow us. Yeah.
Bet there's rats.
It's no use. They're not letting anyone into Pandora. The guard wouldn't even look at my badge.
You don't say.
Do you hear that? Something big's going down, and it's got Contractors written all over it. Maybe we should go back to the office and tell them.
We've been ordered to stand down. They called me while you were talking to the guard. They want our whole division to report to headquarters. If we go back there now, they won't let us leave until it's dark.
But we're public security.
That's what I said. We're the most experienced with Contractors, but they don't want us to fight. What's upstairs thinking?
Twinkle, twinkle, sparkle, sparkle. I can hear them. The voices cry even louder on heaven's waves, shooting and falling. But where do they land? Pools of darkness, darkness unknowable.
Sounds like it started.
Yes. So, from here on out, we follow the plan.
Amber. Forget it. Want an egg?
Sure.
Cut off. The wall must be directly above us. I guess they're not gonna let us in so easily. What do we do now?
Now we do this.
Have you gone crazy?
I promised Amber I'd escort you, on the condition that I only had to take you this far, and that once we got to the wall, I could do whatever I wanted. I only started working for Amber's organization in the first place so I could have the chance to fight you again. Given the scope of EPR's mission, I knew we'd cross paths eventually. I was unbeatable. Then you took away my influence, scarred my face. Do you know how humiliating that is? That kind of defeat?
No.
Then let me show you!
Humiliating, huh? That's an odd word coming from a contractor. Why did he say that?
Our research has shown us the two gates are actually like a single passageway with two sides. And if you close down the opening on one side, the other will disappear as well.
So if the gates cease to exist, what will happen to the contractors?
Like the sugar in this cup of coffee, they will immediately dissolve.
Dissolve? You're talking about thousands of people.
Believe me, it's true. We've done numerous tests.
That's genocide. You can't do this. They may be changed, but they're still people. You can't judge them all guilty and condemn them to death.
So we should sit on our hands for the sake of a few thousand, while they take the lives of over 100 million people.
It's easy to talk of humanism, but to turn a blind eye to reality in the name of ideals, while you put your nation at risk, is something a policeman should never do, Kirihara.
Director.
I apologize for my subordinate's rudeness, Mr. Nishijima.
Oh no, I enjoy the enthusiasm she brings to her job. I'll let you take it from here. As you know, there's still a lot of work to be done.
I'll see you around, young lady.
Activating the Saturn ring was a very difficult decision for us to make.
Really? So you're telling me you're one of them? Pandora is nothing but a research organization, under the administration of the UN. They have absolutely no authority to make policy, especially when it affects the future of a whole nation. This is an abuse of power and a clear violation of international law. We both know that. For Pandora to get away with this, without any suspicion or resistance from the government, they would need the backing of an incredible power. This is what November 11 tried to prove, a secret organization with unimaginable influence and reach.
You shouldn't think of us as some mysterious boogeymen. The truth is, you've already been working for us for a long time now.
What do you mean? Tell me.
To maintain world stability, the Syndicate's reach extends to intelligence agencies, governments, and power brokers throughout the world, including you.
I see. And BK-201 as well?
As a matter of fact, that's correct. His codename is Hay. He's been one of our key operatives. Although we now suspect he's gone rogue.
You're really telling me the truth. So after all of the cover-ups, why reveal this now? I could react like November did.
Killing you would be simple enough. However, our organization is constantly in need of exceptional personnel. We've been grooming you.
What's so funny?
I knew it would end like this.
What are you talking about?
Amber can move through time after all. She can see the future. She would never let me do this unless she knew you'd survive.
You knew? But why would you fight him if you were certain you'd lose?
The outcome didn't matter. I couldn't live without fighting you.
That's an absurdly irrational act for a contractor.
Don't you know? The rules changed. None of us make sense now.
You're a strange bastard. I know that much.
Yeah. Your move, BK-201.
better start praying.
Stop fooling around.
What? I can't help it. It's my price. No thanks, I can handle being naked.
Well, I can't handle it. Is this it?
I'm surprised that old fool could build this thing.
Once I destroy it, we'll be done.
Is there anything wrong?
We're fine.
I'm surprised that old fool could build this thing.
Let's hurry. All right, the ring's destroyed. Let's go.
The anti-gate particle collector has gone offline, sir. What do you mean offline? Then run your test and find some way to fix it. This is my life's work, you idiots!
Britta! How'd it go?
It's destroyed. What's our status?
Most of our fighters were killed in the attack. The Syndicate knew we were coming. We distracted them for as long as we could, but we had to fold.
I see.
Amagiri? What's happening?
We've got new readings. They're from inside the gate wall. It looks like a concentration of anti-gate particles. The Saturn ring is still working.
Apparently, we're not the only ones who found a way to outsmart the other side. All we can do now is rely on them to save us. Them and Amber.
But nobody ever told me about this.
As system designer, you were the target for their spies. And we had to keep this secret from the EPR. The truth is, the Saturn ring served mostly as a decoy.
Yes, I see. That's why we failed in South America, because when they broke the Saturn ring, there was no Jupiter ring to back it up. Nice. Your strategy has saved us.
So this is what it's like in the gate. It's a specter.
It's calling us.
Wait, Yin. Be careful. We don't know whose side they're on.
This way.
Come back! Oh, now what? Well, don't blame me when we're all dead. Where are we? You guys seeing this too? Mysteries of the gate, huh? I'm so happy I came along.
Make haste past the river of three crossings. The stars must be shown the way, not to the path of anger, not to the path of defeat. They must be shown the way.
We're picking up an enormous amount of noise interference.
Where's it coming from?
I'm not sure, but from these readings, I'd say there's another system of surveillance specters with at least as much strength as ours.
I'll be. So they're using a doll network to get inside.
Mao, what happened?
I hacked into Pandora's server and looked through some old theories and research papers from their scientists. Security found me. But before they did, I found an interesting thesis. It discusses dolls and surveillance specters inside the gate. They found a single doll undergoes great pain when sending a specter here, and it's more debilitating the deeper they go. But by creating a network of linked dolls and amplifying their power with a meteor shard, it should be possible to send specters all the way to the center. Beacons to light the way.
Evidently, the strike on the Saturn ring was another diversion from their main assault. Now these dolls have already led BK-201 well into the maze of Hell's Gate.
That's true. But if we trace the noise back to its source like this, we can take away his breadcrumbs.
I think I stayed in their server too long. feel my mind slipping. I don't have much time left. It's been good working with this team.
No, Mao.
One day, if a black cat like me comes calling.
Each star, a life now drops from the sky. But where do you go when you fade to black? Oh, where do you go? Where do you land? Please do not leave without me.
We got them. Their dull network is wiped out. And with no guidance, their agent will never find the gate center, or even find his way back out, for that matter.
Then our victory is guaranteed.
Humans are flawed. War is in our blood. And when we fight, there can't be justice for all. All we can do is look for the path of least error and know our sacrifices are needed. That's our job, to dirty our hands for the sake of mankind. Life is ugly. It's time to grow up.
When all have left us, there will be no light. Only darkness and the gaping hole of black. But what is beyond it? What will we see? Every star we see! Every star we see!
What's the matter? Hold on! Yin!
That way. You really came.
Of course.
Thanks for showing him the way in. I guess the others are dead. I'm sorry. I'd save them if I could, but as you see, there's no time to spare.
There's no doubting it now. Whatever's happening, it's moved inside.
So what do we do? We're hardly equipped to take on special forces.
It's Otsuka. Now what?
Don't take things out on me. No one's answering at the office. Astronomics is in chaos. What's happening? To be honest, Saito, I'm freaked out. This is it. We're at the peak of the sunspot cycle, like Heaven's Gate. Is it our turn? Are we gonna be wiped off the map,
Things really have gone to hell. It's like a freaking war zone.
Sorry I'm late. Now let's move. If we want to get inside, this confusion will be our best chance. Know the stakes, boys. Contractors aren't the only ones we'll be up against.
Confirmed, sir. We're in the final stages of the sunspot cycle. Darkening waves have reached maximum levels.
Anti-gate particles collected in the ring. At capacity. System is go.
Transfer particles in the ring to the secondary collector station, then fire up the accelerator. The great race has begun. Either EPR gets us or we hit them first.
Activate all cameras and detection scanners in the sector. I want BK-201 on that screen.
Without the Dahl Network's guidance, not even their top agent could find the center of Hell's Gate. What's the point?
I want to be sure.
I I thought there'd be some kind of hole or portal or something, but there's nothing here, is there? It's a lonely place.
I can't take us any closer.
This is good enough. Back in South America, we didn't even get this close to the core. You don't seem angry anymore. I know I have the girl and the cat to thank for that. They passed on my message. Now you know the truth.
All this time, I was never interested in hearing your reasons for fighting.
And now you are?
Have you really been fighting the Syndicate ever since South America? Even during Heaven's War?
We didn't have as many members then, but yes. It took us a long time to realize the Syndicate's motives. I fought that war countless times before I got it right. Long after, I'd seen many more stars than this fall and disappear. Why have we spied? Why have we killed for human governments who pitted us against each other? We didn't ask questions, we just followed orders and took our earnings. We're contractors, after all. Cold, rational beings. That was only our infancy. And like children, we started to grow. There wasn't one person who led us, and we didn't change overnight. We were all evolving, gradually, until before we knew it, we were calling each other friends and sharing all sorts of information. Your sister was one of the first.
I was?
She was also the first one who discovered the Syndicate's plans. It's only natural you didn't find out. You're the last person in the world she wanted to get dragged into this. All she's done, she did to protect you. After all, you weren't the same as us. You were a human. And you still are. It would have been hard on you, right? Choosing between humans and contractors? That's why you weren't told about Heaven's Gate.
When did she change? From being so rational?
I don't know. It happened over time. You started working for the Syndicate to stay near her and show her you were on her side after she became a contractor. But she knew how hard the work was for you, and that made her sad. Little by little, it changed her. And if you're wondering how I know what she felt then, it's because I felt the same. You know, they're changing too. The dolls. It may be harder to tell with them, but it's true. They're evolving like the rest of us. And what we're evolving to, I can't say. I don't know who created the gates or why, but the contracts we entered into were only the beginning of something that may not be realized for another century, or millennium, or 10 millennia. But that's not for us to know, or expect to know. The only thing that matters now is that we survive.
How come you never told me this before? Why'd you leave me in the dark, even after Heaven's Gate?
Because you blamed me for Pai's disappearance, and you wouldn't have trusted me. Besides, if you'd known, you would have tried to leave the Syndicate, and you never would have survived this long. Trust me, you've been down this path.
I heard them. They said it would come soon.
What will?
The annihilation of Hell's Gate and every single contractor. That's what we're here to stop. Hey? Do you want to see Pai?
Cannon set. Anti-gate particles transferred to collector. Ready for entry.
Beam aimed for the core. All paths clear. Beginning final phase. 180 seconds until we can fire, sir. I'm enabling your console now.
Here we are, people. The home stretch.
The gate's a strange place. Before I came here, I broke this and gave the pieces to the others. But now that we need it, it's complete again.
What are you planning to do?
The same thing we did in Heaven's Gate. Release Pai's power before the Syndicate fires their weapon. We'll make it so no one can put either gate in jeopardy again. Our future will be secured. Please, Hay. It's time.
It's her power. Why are you asking me?
Are you serious? Haven't you realized it by now? Pai's been with you since the moment you thought she died. She fused with you. That's why you have power without a price. It's her. Your sister's power goes beyond electric shocks. She can alter matter on the quantum level. That's how she fused with you. How she'll transform Hell's Gate. Release her. and you'll finally see Pi again.
And what happens to this city? Yes, I want to see Pi more than anything. But if I do release her power, what happens then to this country and every person in the explosion's path? They die, right? Just like South America. Well, I can't do that.
Then all the contractors and dolls are dead. I'm gone. Yin is too. Just like that, every one of us vanishes. Every one of us but you,
Particles fully accelerated. Anti-gate beam reaching critical point. Core target locked on. Lens focus error correction complete. All systems go.
I'll start the countdown.
Mr. Nishijima, I'd like to do the honors myself if I could. The defining moment of our century. 20. Sector 19, imaging complete. 18, center of the gate. 17, 16, 15.
Has he lost his nerve?
13, 12, he won't attack us. He's not trying to cause any explosions. He isn't a threat.
7.
Look, he's not doing anything. Stop the countdown.
3, 2, 1. 0!
What's wrong?
There's nothing wrong.
You're lying.
I like killing.
Tell me the truth.
These people deserve to die.
If you believe that, then why are you crying, hey? You hate it. People you kill haunt you. You can't sleep because every life you end takes you farther from who you want to be. You only started because you didn't want me to be alone out there. You played the part of a mercenary for my sake, but it's not you at all.
You're wrong. I'm the Black Reaper.
No, you're not. You're just my brother who loves me. It's okay. Stop fighting yourself.
For God's sakes, listen to the girl. Stop acting like you're some kind of hard ass. You know how many freaking headaches you caused me, punk, just because you couldn't figure out who you were? Pull it together!
But that's also what made you so interesting, hey?
How?
Interesting, sure. But I never thought you'd become too paralyzed to make a choice either way. It's no wonder I started to doubt you were truly a contractor.
You get it yet? Everything's jacked up because you're a regular human pretending to be a contractor, but that also gives you the solution. If you can't choose one over the other, then you choose both.
Act like a contractor and a human at the same time.
Now you're talking.
Is that your answer, Hey? Are you absolutely sure that's what you want? Choosing both only means more confusion for you. Please, I want you to understand that. If you leave Hell's Gate exposed, the Syndicate will never stop trying to destroy it. They'll come after you, and that means you'll have to keep killing. You said you'd had enough, didn't you? You searched for so long for what you lost, and now you're going to lose it again? Your sister, the stars? Don't you want to be safe and have everything you love? Don't... But why? I know how much you've wanted this, and I know it's what kept you going. It kept me going, too.
Are you sure he's the one who's not ready to let go?
Amber. You know.
Let's leave it at that, okay?
Goodbye, Hay. I'll be near.
I know that now. Thanks. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Amber. Where's Amber? She turned back time with the last of her power. She planned that from the very beginning. Let's go.
Particles fully accelerated. Anti-gate beam reaching critical point.
Core target locked on. Lens focus error correction complete. All systems go.
I'll start the countdown.
Mr. Nishijima, I'd like to do the honors myself if I could. The defining moment of our century!
20. Sector imaging complete. Center of the gate.
60.
He isn't there.
There's no danger. He's clearly not going to cause an explosion. We have no reason to fire. He's not even in the sector. Stop the countdown!
3, 2, 1, 0!
Why didn't it fire?
I don't know, sir. Wait! I'm detecting a synchrotron reaction inside the ring. It's expanding fast!
Well, what's causing it?
Use the defenses! Take that bastard out!
There should still be enough energy for a second discharge. Get to work.
It's no use.
No? Why the hell not?
To engineer that kind of reaction inside the system, BK-201 would have had to completely transform the anti-gate particles on the quantum level. That explains the glow we saw. It's called special particle luminance. He was changing molecules, similar to how humans are changed into contractors. We can't fire anti-gate particles because, well, they no longer exist. It's really quite something. Here I thought he'd cause a repeat of South America, altering the matter around the gate in a way that would destroy us all in the process. But instead, he used the same concept for a pinpoint attack on the Saturn system itself. Since we're still breathing, I can't complain. Ah!
Get this failure out of here.
Director?
The Syndicate wouldn't dare get rid of me.
Our department was conducting an undercover investigation inside Pandora. Nishijima was guilty of violating UN law and criminal insurrection.
So the lizard cuts off his own tail and moves on, huh? This was all his idea, and the Syndicate remains a boogeyman.
A necessary sacrifice to keep the world safe.
Director Hirai, you and that man you just murdered were involved in a vast conspiracy, along with others in your syndicate, to carry out genocide against the Contractors. The fact that any risk of an explosion had passed didn't matter. EPR didn't even make the first move, did they? You lured them here to justify your attack. Their total extinction has always been your goal.
Where's your proof?
Someday the truth will come to light, Director, and you'll answer for your crimes in court with the entire world watching. On that day, I just hope you won't think you can talk your way out.
You give a nice speech, but you're deluding yourself. You can't imagine how far-reaching the Syndicate really is. You won't even be able to prove its existence.
What about the Contractors? How will you keep them a secret after today? And won't it be a lot harder to kill them off when everyone knows they exist?
That's why we have to continue this cover-up, so we can wipe these vermin out. While the public still sees nothing but clusters of unnamed stars.
Thank you, that's enough.
What does that mean?
You're on tape, sir, and I'm taking you in. No more secrets now.
So just like the Contractors, you've chosen a third path. You really don't get it. There's no middle road, Kirihara. Either kill your enemy or accept defeat. Violence only escalates. Humans and Contractors will attack each other with increasing fear and retribution, until one side draws its last breath. How can you not understand that?
The man you call Lee is gone.
Chief! Thank God.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Look at this mess. What happened here?
The director.
Saito, take Hirai into custody. He murdered Nishijima. I'll explain later.
Understood, Chief.
He may try to take his own life. Watch him closely.
Will do.
We better get the hell out of here, Chief.
Right. Not long after that, we went back to our everyday lives. The months that followed seemed to prove the director right. Contractor-related incidents steadily increased.
Don't move! Now hands in the air and turn towards me, slowly!
Copy that. Even with the director's admission, no trace of the Syndicate was found. But slowly, the world is coming face to face with the existence of Contractors. It won't be long before humankind will have to make important decisions that will shape our world for decades, even centuries to come.
Yes, yes, you are wise to take them with you. The stars that have already fallen, and those that continue to fall today. Take them all, take everyone. Yes, you are wise to take them far away. Take them all, far beyond the black. Into a future we cannot see. Take them all.
It was so sudden. Maybe he got into some trouble, I don't know. He seemed like such a good kid. And he was a good tenant. At least he was, until he skipped out on me.
Did we take the same path? The middle road where both sides can live? Wait! I want to hear it from him. But until then, I'll choose to believe it's true. What is it? I'll be right there.